All right, this is something that every single person faces when we are working to build our lives, going after goals, and really, working towards our true potential. And how we navigate these things ultimately determines whether or not we achieve those things or not, okay? And while this does hold a lot of people back, certainly doesn't have to. And I want to share a couple thoughts and perspectives and maybe a little misconceptions on, what we need versus what we want, okay? And what I'm talking about is friends and family, okay? Whether that's support from friends and family and or people giving you a hard time about what it is that you're trying to do, whatever the case may be, we're going to knock out a couple of these right now because it's important, all right? Let's take the support from friends and family, okay? When you're trying to build the life of your dreams, and whether that's inside of a company or whether that's, goals that you have with your fitness or whatever the case may be, all right? At times it can be very upsetting when you're like, fuck, how come these people don't support me, all right? Well, one, they're not obligated to support you, okay? Two, you don't need anybody's support. What you need is belief in yourself and to take positive action consistently towards what it is that you want to do, okay? And three, are you even an individual that you would believe in, okay? Because similar to how you build trust or maybe someone builds trust with you, it's not what you say, okay? It's what you do, all right? And when thinking about starting to build my life, right? And maybe not having the support of my friends and my family the way that I wanted it to, I had to be real honest with myself and think about, okay, am I even someone that I would support, okay? Because I'm betting that if you think about it, you have some friends and some family members that maybe said that they were going to do some things. And in your brain, or maybe you told them that, you're like, man, I don't know if they can do it because they didn't do it before. They didn't do it this time. They've said similar things and have never followed through. So we can't judge other people by those things and be hypocritical and be upset when other people don't support us in the way that we want them to if our track record isn't worth being supported, right? So we got to think about those things. All right. The other side of that, you don't need their support, okay? Especially when you think about controlling what you can control. Your attitude and your effort every single day is what matters most. And that's what you can control. And what you can do is go out and execute towards that consistently over a long period of time and earn their support, okay? Because now you are following through on those actions and you are giving them something to believe in. You are giving them something to support the fact that you are actually doing it, okay? So we need to make sure that we're doing those things consistently. The other part of this is you have to even think about, do you want their support? Okay? And what I mean by that is over the course of your life, your friends have changed. If I had to guess, you have different friends than you had when you were in preschool. Maybe in preschool, okay, you were hanging out with the kids that like to pick boogers or maybe eat rocks. I don't know, okay? But maybe 5 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, 15 years old. Maybe you were playing, or you're friends with kids on the soccer team and then you decided soccer wasn't for you, so you started playing football. Okay, well, maybe you went, from high school to college and you lost a lot of those friends because now your major, your interest, your lifestyle was completely different. Okay, that is going to be an ongoing thing because we are ever evolving humans. And yes, while you might have some long-term friends, some of those people that you've been with your entire life, most situations, your friends are going to rotate in and out. Okay, so understanding that if you are going after a new goal or you are working to build your career, you are going to have current friends that aren't on that same wavelength. And it's nothing wrong with them. It's not that they're a piece of shit. It's not that they just don't understand. Well, it is that they don't understand, and that's okay. You can progress without them because you don't need their support. And what you will find is that when you take those actions in the manner that you want to go, you start living that lifestyle that you want to live, you are going to find friends that are doing the same thing, new friends that are doing the same thing, okay? And you're going to be able to build those relationships and build those bonds. Just like when you were a little kid, as your interests changed, your friend group changes, okay? Now, let's talk about when you're building a career, okay? If you really, really want to be successful and you want to build a career, okay, you are going to miss things with your friends and your family. It's part of it, okay? Society tells us a lot that, hey, we should be there for your little second cousin's birthday party and blah, 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 blah. Society tells us that Friday and Saturday night, you should be going out and drinking with friends. Once again, if that's the friends that you had. But that's not the case, okay? If you are working to change who you are and what you're doing, okay, and you are truly going all in and giving it your best effort, there are going to be things that you miss, and that can cause a lot of stress. That can cause some hard conversations with those friends and those family members. Okay, and what has always given me a peace of mind is understanding that, okay, the good news is that even though this might be hard right now, it might be uncomfortable for me right now to step outside of that comfort zone, to say no to some of those things that I feel pressured to say yes to. I am in control of whether or not, okay, my actions are going to be worth it. And what do I mean by that? Okay, missing those weddings, missing those birthday parties, missing those Friday night outs, missing those dinners with moms, whatever the case may be. Okay, understanding that if I continue on this path, okay, and I actually produce the results that I say that I'm going to produce and build the life that I want to live, then it's worth it, right? And then I get to live my life on my terms, okay? I get to hang out with my family on my terms. I get to go on a vacation the way I want to go on a vacation, okay? And I understand that, once again, it can be very hard to see those things in the beginning because you haven't produced the results for one, them to believe in it, and for two, for you to even really truly believe in it. But I can tell you what's pretty fucking awesome is that when you do that consistently over a long period of time, and then you can pay for dinner for your mom and your dad and not have to worry about it. Or when it's Father's Day and you just decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to take my dad and my brother, who's also a dad, on a fishing trip, and I'm going to pay for the whole family. Okay, so yeah, I might have missed some of those trips down to Atlanta to see my brother over the last 10 years. Yeah, I might have missed going to dinner with my mom and my dad, more than what society says that I should. Maybe by some of their standards, I was a bad son. But what I can tell you right now is that tune has changed the way that I can provide for the people that I care about most, by understanding that I'm not wasting my fucking time, and you shouldn't either. Okay, so if you struggle with that thought and that feeling of like, man, you know what, it's really hard for me to say no, or I should be focused over here, I should be doing this, but yet I feel so pressured to go over here. Well, the good news is that if you truly go all in and you truly work on yourself and you truly build value in who you are and you truly accomplish what it is that you say that you're going to do and build the life that you want, then it's all worth it, okay? And what I have found is that when you communicate those things, and even though they might not understand on the front end, they will be fucking proud of you when you go out and you accomplish it. So just because society tells you that you should do, once again, spend Friday night here, do this, do that. If it's not in alignment with what it is that you need to do to go out and build the life that you want and accomplish your goals, then don't fucking do it, okay? Because remember, you can only control what you can control, right? And focusing your time and your effort and your energy on that to be the absolute best is the number one thing that you can do. So if you're struggling, okay, again, with feeling like you don't have the support from the friends and the family that you should or that you want or that you need, audit yourself. Are you even worth believing in? Would you believe in yourself if the roles were reversed based off of your actions up to this point, okay, and what you have produced in your life? Thinking about, okay, do I even want their approval? Are these even the types of friends and family members that I need to be spending my time with any longer, okay? And then also understanding that you're in control of whether or not all those missed things are worth it. Because now those missed things aren't a waste. It's an investment in your future. It's an investment of building that life that you want and reaching your goals and ultimately being able to be the best version of yourself for them.